Welcome back to the React Native step-by-step tutorial. Today, we will show you an example of creating a QR code scanner for Android and iOS mobile apps. This example might be useful for your React Native application, so we are trying to make integration easy to understand. We use React Native QR code scanner library for this tutorial. The React Native QR code scanner provides React components that renders a viewfinder for the device's camera and will scan QR code that show up in the frame. This tutorial divided into several steps. Step number 1. Install React Native CLI and create app. Step number 2. Install React Native QR code scanner library. Step number 3. Implementing the QR code scanner. Step number 4. Run and test the React Native QR code scanner. The following tools, frameworks, and modules are required for this tutorial: React Native, Node.js, NPM or Yarn, React Native QR code scanner, Android Studio or SDK for Android, Xcode for iOS, Terminal, OS X or Linux, or Node's command line for Windows, text editor or IDE. We are using VS Code. Before start to the main steps, make sure that you have installed Node.js and can run npm or yarn in the terminal or command line. To check the existing or installed Node.js environments, open the terminal or Node command line, then type this command. Step number 1. Install React Native CLI and create app. For this React Native tutorial, we will use React Native CLI to create a React Native app. To install it, type these commands in your app projects folder. Now we have React Native CLI at 2.0.1 for this tutorial. Next, create a React Native app using these commands from your projects directory. Next, go to the newly created React app folder and run the React Native app from the iOS simulator. When in the terminal window opens, go to the React Native project folder, then run the method bundle. Now you will see this screen in the iOS simulator. Step number 2. Install React Native QR code scanner library. Actually, the installations of this React Native QR code scanner not easy because there is some additional configurations to remove the issues or errors. The React Native QR code scanner is simply enough to install, but other dependencies such as React Native camera and React Native permissions need to configure properly. Type these commands to install the React Native QR code scanner library. Start your IDE or text editor. For using Visual Studio Code, just type this command. Next, for iOS, open and edit iOS React Native QR code. info playlist. Then add these lines before the closing of /dict. Open and edit iOS pod file. Then add these lines before other pods. Run this command inside the iOS folder to reinstall the pod. If necessary, in the Xcode run product clean build folder before running this iOS app to the iOS device. Next, for Android, open and edit Android app is RC line Android manifest XML. Then add these lines of permission after other permission. Open and edit Android app build Gradle. Then add this line inside default config. Now the React Native QR code scanner library is ready to use. Step number 3. Implementing the QR code scanner. The implementations of the QR code scanner for this React Native app is very simple. Just a text to display our results and a button to start the scan by running the QR code scanner camera. Open and edit app.js. Then add or replace these imports of required React Native elements, use states, we are using React hooks, and QR code scanner, React Native QR code scanner library. Modify the app constant to be like this. Add the variables inside the app constant for show or hide the results and show or hide the QR code scanner. Add the functions after those variables to handle the scan results and activate or start scan action. Modify the render by replacing the default render with this. Finally, modify the styles to be like this. Step number 4. Run and test the React Native QR code scanner. Before running to the iOS or Android devices, make sure the devices are connected to your computer. Next, run the React Native app to the iOS device inside the Xcode after opening the iOS React Native QR Code XC workspace. And the device exists in the Xcode toolbar. Make sure you have chosen your development team in the build settings. When a new terminal window opens, go to the React Native project folder and run the method bundler server. To run to Android device, type this command in the terminal. That is the React Native tutorial QR code scanner app for Android or iOS. You can get the article and full source code link in the description below. Thank you.